Hello, my name is Sarah Land, and today I will be discussing the rising popularity of self-publishing and why publishing houses are here to stay. Beloved author Beverly Cleary once said, "If you don't see the book you want on the shelves, write it." And according to Publishing Research Quarterly, 80% of people believe they have a book in them. I was one of them. I wrote a book, and then I read everything I could get my hands on about how to publish a book. I learned that there are two options when trying to get published. Try to get an agent, or try to submit directly to a publisher. Unfortunately, there is a catch. Most publishing houses won't even look at a manuscript submitted without an agent, and most agents won't represent an author who's never been published. In case you missed that, I will break it down for you. In order to get published, you often have to have been published. That is the reason that less than 1% of all books submitted to publishers annually actually get published. The majority of the manuscripts which are submitted end up in the slush pile. The slush pile is the name of the enormous piles of manuscripts submitted by agents and publishers that, for whatever reason, were set aside as unpublishable. While the occasional manuscript is rescued from the slush pile, this is usually the farthest that most manuscripts go. When Amazon introduced the Kindle e-reader in 2007, they changed the landscape of publishing. The popularization of the e-book created opportunities for self-publishing that had not existed before. Suddenly, Amazon and other e-book providers were offering aspiring authors a no-cost, low-risk way to get their foot in the door of the publishing world. While the original options for publishing, obtaining an agent, or publishing directly, usually ended in rejection, this third option, the e-book, always ended with a published book. After many rejections from agents and publishers, I chose to publish through Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing. It was fast and simple, and despite being rejected by traditional publishers, I was soon selling copies of my book and getting good reviews from fans. After experiencing self-publishing, I was not surprised to learn that self-publishing has become a $1 billion industry. Unfortunately, publishing my book electronically was not as glamorous as I had dreamed. I, like many other authors, still wanted to see my book in print form. In response to this demand, Amazon acquired the print-on-demand service CreateSpace in 2008 and began offering self-published authors the ability to print their books as well. While ebooks turned self-publishing into a global phenomenon, the ability to self-publish paper versions caused this market to grow further. According to Boker, the provider of ISBNs for the United States, the number of ISBNs issued for self-published books increased by 156% between the years of 2012 and 2017. Just as the introduction of the e-book caused many to wonder if the paper book would become obsolete, the increase in self-published books has led many to question whether traditional publishing will survive. However, history tells us it will. In 2007, e-readers were new and exciting, but the same can be said of the 8-track in 1964, the floppy disk in 1976, and the VHS tape in 1977. But the 8-track was replaced by the cassette tape in 1971, a mere 7 years after the 8-track's rise to popularity. The floppy disk, though reinvented many times, had disappeared by the late 2000s, and VHS tapes began to disappear around 1996 when DVDs became available. In contrast, books have remained relevant and largely unchanged for centuries. Unlike technology that is always changing and evolving, written text often outlives the civilizations that write it. Likewise, traditional publishing is not going anywhere anytime soon. Despite claims that it will soon be almost impossible to distinguish between traditional and self-published books, traditional publishing continues to produce a superior product and provides access to a larger audience. As long as books endure, there will be a need for someone to publish them. In review, Traditional publishing is a long, hard road on which few people succeed, and self-publishing provides an express lane into the publishing industry. But traditional publishing offers services that self-publishing can't. Author Elizabeth Cobbs Hoffman described the difference between self-publishing and traditional publishing as the difference between crashing the party at the castle and arriving in a coach made by one's fairy godmother. Self-publishing is not replacing traditional publishing any more than the e-book replaced books made of paper and ink. Self-publishing simply offers authors another choice when it comes to publishing their book. Are there any questions?